Why isn't this focusing? Hey, what is up? Welcome back to whatever it is I do here. I just decided to make this video because I'm waiting for the mall to open and it's 11:35 and they open at 12.
COVID.
The actual topic is how I got into cars. No, I was not born into it. I didn't come out of the womb wanting to hold a ratcheting wrench right away. That's not what happened at all. It all started back in 8th grade when I was 14. I will have to say it was because of my brother. Was really into Fast and Furious. So I would kind of watch the movies with him, and then also I started getting intrigued, and then that's when my brother was kind of looking for his first car he wanted to buy, which was a 3rd gen Eclipse. He put like this Mitsubishi banner on top. He put halos in right away for the headlights. He put like the underglow lighting like by your feet, so when you're driving you can change the color of the glow. Yeah, he did it all. I thought it was the coolest thing.
Oh my god, my brother's got the same cars, all Fast and Furious, guys. Guys, my brother's so cool. You gotta ride in this thing.
Oh, I have a cramp. So I'm like at school and shit, and I'm like, oh my god, my brother is like, he's Paul Walker, guys. He is Paul Walker. Brian Spillner. I'm pretty sure he went to go buy this vehicle with my dad. And then my brother did some more research and then learned that the 2G Eclipses is the cool one. I remember my brother bringing home I'm pretty sure it was a GST, but he had no idea how to drive stick. So I remember him driving around our old neighborhood learning stick for the first time. I think that's when I fell in love with turbocharged 4-cylinders. The idea of taking a smaller engine and making it incredibly fast with such a small capacity. I just spit. And the first time I heard that turbo spool up, and I heard, actually I think he had a blow off valve, so I heard like that psst. Where's that tortoise that goes like spools up and then goes like So immediately I was more drawn to 4-cylinder turbocharged engines. Like there's something about them that just really...
Something about engines that calms me down.
And like growing up, the only thing I really heard of was like big V8 muscle cars, yada da da da, they're so fast. And then I started watching videos on YouTube. They're at the drag strip and they're just saucing these V8s. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, what's in there? I want to know. So I always say I think I don't belong in this generation, but at the same time, I'm kind of thankful I am in this generation because I had everything at my fingertips. I could look anything up on the internet and watch how it works. Endless YouTube videos. Actually, shout out to Engineering Explained. He pretty much like taught me everything I know about cars. Not everything, but pretty much the basics of cars. Like obviously you start, how does an engine work? What are the 4 strokes in a 4-stroke engine? Where does this come in and that come in and the air intake and how does a turbocharger work? Why are slotted rotors better than drilled rotors? Everything I wanted to know, he pretty much had a video for. So you're probably wondering, how did you get out of the Mitsubishi game and the JDM game? And don't get me freaking wrong, I have love for all cars, but it's just now I am a freaking Volkswagen fan. I had a really good friend in high school who loved Volkswagens, and then he bought a GTI for one of his first cars. It was a Mark IV black GTI, and that is the car I learned how to drive stick in. I was 16 years old. I wasn't a big hatchback fan, and then I drove it, and I fell in love with it. Oh my god, did I fall in love with it. And there it was born, my obsession with Volkswagen. So it was about a month after I graduated high school, I bought my first car. It was a 2001 Audi TT. I loved the 1.8 turbocharged engine, and it was something that I was very familiar with because a lot of people drove Mark IV Volkswagens in the town that I kind of grew up in, and no one really had a Mark I TT. And then my friend Tyler, which he's been featured in many videos before, he bought it off of me because he wanted to build it. So I sold it to him, and then I bought the R! So I've had the R for over 2 years now. This car has been an absolutely amazing car. Like, to be quite honest with you, it's had a couple of things that have happened.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where all become tiptoe through the tune.
But otherwise, like, I literally have no complaints about it, really. Like, I love everything about this car, which is perfect. I'm the type of person to go somewhere, and if I don't absolutely love it, or if I'm not obsessed with it, and I get that feeling in my soul, and I'm like, if I don't have that, I'm like, okay, bye. Fast forward 2 years, I have the Jetta now. So now I'm really trying to focus on building this car and then just dailying the Jetta, especially with harsh Wisconsin winters. I want to keep this thing in storage, especially like when I put it up on the rack and then I see the rust underneath. It makes me cringe so bad because I want to like maintain this vehicle and maintain its value, because these vehicles do maintain their value very well, especially if they're well taken care of, which I keep all my service records, I keep everything for it. But as far as learning everything about cars, it's honestly all just experience. Now, this is kind of like a love-hate thing, but if you really want to learn how to work on cars, get a piece of shit. AKA my Audi TT. 146,000 miles when I bought it, I'm pretty sure. It needed so much work, but at the time, like, my mom and I went to go see this car, and the guy was like in his 50s, and I was like, oh perfect, it's not some kid that beat the hell out of it, and I'm like talking it up to my mom, like, yeah, it's got a 1.8 turbocharged engine, it's all-wheel drive, and like acting like I know all this stuff, which they were all facts, like I did, but did I know what to look for in the engine or underneath the car, looking at all the suspension components that need to be replaced? Everything was wrong with that car. And that is a big reason why I know how to work on cars, is because there's so much that needed to be replaced on that vehicle. So that pretty much sums up how I got into cars and how I learned about cars. Alright, until next time, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the stuff with the things and the things. And before you know it, it's 11:57 and the mall is gonna open. Alright, talk to you next week. Thank you for watching. Bye!